This is our yoga flow. We're going to do a slow flow today. We're going to stay on the floor, so no standing poses. And again, just that strap and a set of blocks. We're going to start today in a child's pose. If you'd like to use a block underneath your chest, your belly, maybe even between your palms as you rest your forehead, you can even rest your forehead on the floor or a block. And as you reach your fingertips long to the top of the mat, knees draw wide, toes touch. Maybe pressing your hips closer in towards your heels with each exhale. Holding your hips low. On your inhale, reach your fingertips long to the top of the mat. Feeling that length across your spine. Reaching forward and pressing your hips back. A few more rounds of breath here in your child's pose. Maybe setting an intention for class today. It's that extra hour of daylight in the evenings despite losing an hour this past weekend. One big breath in. Filling all the way to the top. Full exhale out. Let it all go. Lifting your hands from the block if you had it between your palms. And now walking your hands over to the left side of your mat. Hands can be on your mat or off, depending on how deep of a stretch you want to receive on the right side. Lengthening from your right pinky finger all the way to your right pinky toe. Backing off when you feel that sensation deepening a little bit more than you'd like. Maybe reaching those right fingertips further to the left to get a little bit deeper. One more round of breath here. On your inhale, come back to center. Hold here for the exhale. On your next breath in, walk all the way over to the right side. Hands can once again remain on the floor. They can come to blocks. Fingertips on your mat or off of your mat. Left bicep gently hugging your left ear. Lengthening all along the left side body. Walking your fingertips further to the right to deepen that sensation. Want to back off and lessen that stretch as you walk your hands further to center. One more breath here. All go on to exhale. On your inhale, come back to center. If you have that block between your palms, squeeze it between your thumb and index fingers. Draw that block up towards the sky as you bend your elbows. Stay here if this feels comfortable. To get deeper into your triceps, continue to bend your elbows. Maybe so much that you tap the block toward the nape of your neck. Holding here and breathing. Tricep stretch in your child's pose. On your next exhale, release your arms back down to center. Setting that block off to the side. Inhale, rise up, find a tabletop at the center of your mat. Wrists under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Tucking your toe, hammock your belly, lift your gaze. Deep inhale. On your exhale, press into the tops of your feet, round your spine. Inhale. Inhale, tuck your toes. Draw your collarbone wide. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Gaze up, look up. Exhale, press into the tops of your feet, gazing towards your navel as you create space between each shoulder blade. Inhale, tuck your toes, spread your collarbone wide. Gaze up, look up. Exhale, press into the tops of your feet, round your spine. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. Add some movement here. Maybe it's taking some barrel rolls. Maybe it's bumping the hips side to side. Gently sway back through center. Rotate your fingertips towards the outer edge of your mat. Finding stillness, or maybe it's swaying forwards and backwards or left to right. Swaying, gently come back to center. Rotate your fingertips further towards your knees. They can be at any angle between the mat, the sides of the mat, and your knees. You're welcome to tuck your toes, sinking your hips towards your heels, stretching that inside of your wrist. You can always back off that sensation to lessen the stretch at any time. Gently come back to center, stacking your shoulders over your wrist. Rotate your fingertips once again to the top of the mat. Flipping your right palm up to the sky, fingertips in towards your knee. Stay here, finding some movement that feels comfortable on the right wrist. Your next inhale, come back to center, right palm down. Flip your left palm up as you draw your fingertips closer in towards your knees. Finding stillness, or you can always sway forwards and backwards or side to side. Back to center, flip your left palm down to the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Gaze up, look up, deep spinal twist. Exhale, thread your right arm under and through the left side body, hovering and holding. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, sweep it, hovering under the left side body. One more time. Inhale, continue to press into your left hand. Right arm high. Exhale, draw your right arm as far as it will go, and then release it to the floor, palm to the sky. Allow your right cheek or ear to come towards the floor, or maybe it meets a block at any of the three heights. Continuing to press into your left hand to press your left hip away from the floor. You can stay here with your left hand boxed out. You can reach your left arm long to the top of your mat. To open up your shoulder, you can bind your left hand around towards your right hip. Holding and breathing, and thread the needle. Release your left hand back on your shoulder if it's extended or binded. Press into your left hand. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, plant your right hand to meet the left. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Gaze up, look. Deep twist on the left side. Exhale, draw your left arm under and through the right side body. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Exhale, slow and steady, left arm draws under the right side body, palm to the sky. One more time. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Exhale, thread the left arm all the way under and through as far as it'll go, and then release your left hand. Allow your left cheek or ear to come to the floor or to a block. Continuing to press your right hand to the floor, lifting your right hip up to the sky. Stay here, or maybe reach your right arm forward. Maybe bind it around towards your left hip to open the shoulder. Gently release your right hand under your shoulder. If it was bind it or extend it. Press into your right palm. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, release your left hand under your left shoulder. Bump your hips side to side. We're going to grab those blocks, and on the lowest setting, place them underneath your wrists, directly under your shoulders. Make sure you got some space between those blocks. Inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen straight back, right toes pointed. Big tap up and over to the outer left side. Inhale, kick your right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen straight back. Exhale, big arch up and over, tap the toes. This time look over your left shoulder. Once more, inhale, kick your right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to nose, tuck and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lengthen straight back. Flex your right toes, hips are square. Big arch up and over to the outer left side. Pressing the ball of your right foot into the floor. Gently gazing over your left shoulder. To deepen the stretch, press your heel or moving toward the floor. To lessen that sensation, you can rock toward your toes or the ball of your right foot. Holding here and breathing. Keeping that right leg crossed over the left. Gently release your right knee to the outside of your left knee, calf or ankle. Untuck both your toes and press your hips back as you bring your gaze toward your left knee. Eagle legs and tabletop. Gently rise forward, straightening that right leg. Inhale, kick your right leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. Step your right foot between your palms. Bend into your right knee. And then press the hips back. Hands can remain on the blocks. You can also release them to the floor, whatever is comfortable for you. Just alternating deep bend into that right knee and then straighten that right leg. One more time. On your next breath, stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Plant your right knee under your right hip, coming back to your tabletop. If you set those blocks off to the sides, go ahead and grab them back, place them underneath your wrists. Inhale, lengthen your left leg straight back, point the toes. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, big arch up and over to the outer right side. Maybe you tap your toes. Inhale, kick it straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose, round your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, big arch up and over to the outer right side. This time maybe looking over your right shoulder to see your left toes. Nice. Inhale, kick your left leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lengthen. As you hold the left leg straight, flex the left toes, biggest arch up and over to the outer right side. Pressing the ball of your left foot into the floor as you gaze over your right shoulder. Same options here. You can rock forwards and backwards. Heel towards the floor deepens that sensation. To lessen that stretch, you can rock toward your toes. With your shoulders on top of your wrists, release your left knee to the outside of your right knee, calf or ankle. Untuck both of your toes if they're tucked, and then press the hips back, bringing your gaze towards your right knee. Then a stretch on the outer left hip and eagle legs. Now stack your wrists back on your shoulders. Lengthen your left leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in towards your nose. Step your left foot between your palms. Bend deeper into that left knee. And then straighten the left leg as you draw the hips back. 3 more times here. Gently press it forward, open that right hip flexor, and then draw the left leg straight. One more time. On the next one, stack your shoulders on top of your wrists, release your left knee under your left hip, on the hip side to side. Coming back to your tabletop, still with the blocks under your palms in the lowest setting. Inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back. Now open up your right hip just like you're trying to find half moon. Maybe that right hip stacks on top of the left. Maybe you're just slightly opening that right hip. Both palms stay down, pressing towards the blocks. Square out your hips, take your right leg straight back, lowering that right hip to level up with your left. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your right knee toward your right wrist. Release your right foot down. Tuck your left toes, slide your left leg back. We're gonna find pigeon here. You can bring that left leg as far back as you like. At any point in time, you can untuck your left toes. Bringing those blocks under your wrists, walking your hands towards your midline. At a gentle back bend. Gazing forward or up. One more round of breath here. Bring your gaze back to center. So with your hands under those blocks, bring those blocks out forward. You can have the blocks medium or low setting, and just release your forearms to the blocks. To release some tension in your shoulders, bring your palms facing up. To back off some of that tension, you can lift your chest, bring your palms back to the floor. Gentle sway side to side. And come back to center. Plant your hands on blocks under your shoulders. Great opportunity for a strap here if you want. You can place it around your right foot. All right, from here, lift your left leg in towards your glutes as you reach your right hand back for a quad stretch on the left side. Now that right hand, you can grab a strap, you can grab your toes, your pant leg, or just reach fingers towards toes. You do not have to make that connection. With control, release your left foot and your right hand to the floor. Tuck your left toes, slide your left knee back under your hip. Draw your right knee back in line with the left, coming back to that tabletop. Set that strap off to the side. Inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose, step your right foot between your palms. Pivot your left toes to the long edge of your mat. And now inch your right foot a few inches forward. Inhale, rise up, kneeling warrior one. Exhale, draw your left arm under the right, eagle arms. You can have your arms binded, or you can grab opposite hand to opposite shoulder to open up your chest. Lift your arms to the sky. Deep bend into that right knee. Maybe you add a deeper back bend. Left toes can be tucked for more balance or untucked for more core stability. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, kneeling humble warrior, crunch forward, right shoulder into the inside of your right knee. Inhale, lift, kneeling humble warrior. Exhale, crunch. As you hold the crunch, release your bind. Left hand to the inside of your right foot on the floor or on a block. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Circle out your right wrist. Now straighten your right leg as you keep your right arm to the sky. Left hand stays on the floor or on a block. You can always walk that left hand back. Revolve pyramid pose. Gently release your right hand to meet your left. Walking your palm forward, bending into that right knee. Pivot your left toes, step your right foot back, coming back to your tabletop. Bump the hips side to side. I thought if I brought my dog into the room with me, she would stop. The case. Inhale, lengthen your left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck it in. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your left knee to your left elbow or wrist. Release your left foot. Release your left knee. You can tuck your right toes as you draw that right leg back to get deeper into the stretch. Always an option to stay as high or as low as you'd like. When you get to that comfy spot, you can untuck your right toes. I like to bring the blocks to medium height as I bring them towards my midline. Gazing forward to start. To get deeper, gaze up towards that ceiling crease or maybe all the way up to the sky. Here, one more round of breath. Gently bring your gaze forward. Walk your hands with those blocks in front of you. A few inches in front of your left knee. Maybe you want to start by placing your forearm onto the blocks. You can always lessen the stretch by planting your hands back to the floor or blocks as you lift your chest. Maybe add a gentle sway side to side, or maybe it's finding complete stillness with your breath. Gently square out the hips. Plant your hands on the blocks as you walk your hands in toward your midline. Tucking your right toes. Draw your right heel in towards your glute. Reach your left arm back. Option to use a strap. Option to reach for your toes, your ankle, your pant leg, or just reaching here. Quad stretch on the right side. With control, release your right foot and your left hand. Gently rise up, stepping your left knee back to meet the right. I'm going to lower the blocks back down to the lowest setting. Inhale, lengthen your left leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. Stepping your left foot between your palms. And now inching your left foot a few inches forward. Then deep into that left knee. Pivot your right foot to the long edge just beneath your left hip. Inhale, rise up, kneeling warrior one. Draw the right arm underneath the left. Always an option to bind hands or release your hands towards the opposite shoulder, whichever you prefer. Inhale, lengthen, lift your chest, open up your shoulders. Press deeper into that left knee, hold the depth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kneeling, humble warrior, crunching forward as your left elbow draws to the inside of your left knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, crunch and hinge. Release here. Right hand comes to the floor or block inside of your left foot. Left arm comes to the sky. Gently straighten your left leg. Maybe you walk your right hand back. Kneeling, revolved pyramid pose. Keeping that right hip open. And breathing. Gently release your left hand down to frame the left foot. Pivot your right toes to the back of your mat. Maybe you set your props off to the side. Step your left knee back to meet the right and bump the hips side to side. We're going to do one kneeling chaturanga here. From your tabletop, inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back. Holding that right leg straight, bend into your elbows for a tricep push-up. As your chest comes towards the floor, press forward as you lower that right leg, lifting up into cobra. Exhale, come back to that tabletop. I almost think it's harder to do this from tabletop than it is from down dog. All right, try it on the left side. Inhale, lengthen your left leg straight back. Anabachi Manu, my arms are shaking when I do this. All right, with that left leg straight back, wrists under your shoulders. Bend your elbows just like a tricep push-up, bringing your chin towards the floor. When you get to depth that you can't get to anymore, press forward as you lower that left leg, lifting your chest, and we'll all find cobra pose. Here, press back to that tabletop. Tuck the toes, draw the knees wide. Coming back to that child's pose, right where your class began. Taking note, how does this child's pose feel compared to the start of your practice today? Where are you more loose? Where do you feel tightness? Inhale, rise forward. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrist, heels in towards your glutes. Exhale, lower all the way down. Once you arrive, tap your toes to the floor. Walk your feet in to hip width apart. Reach your right arm long directly out from your right shoulder. Relax both of your legs, wiggle your hips side to side. And then sway back through center. Pressing your right foot into the floor, lift your left leg high. Stay here if this is comfortable. If you want to get deeper into your right shoulder and left hip, pivot onto that right hip as you bend and stack that left knee on top of the right. Broken wing on the right side. And come back to center, release both hips to the floor. Walk your right hand in, and now extend your left arm directly out from your left shoulder. Press into your right hand, press into your left foot. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Stay here, continue to pivot to your left hip. Maybe bend, stack that right knee on top of the left. Broken wing as you open up that left shoulder and your right hip. Round and breath here. Gently come back to center, both hips onto the floor. Walk your left hand in, press yourself up to a tabletop, lowering to your left or right hip, does not matter which one. Sweeping your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. One vertebrae at a time. As you arrive, arms overhead, and then release your arms by your side. Walk your heels in towards your hips, knees to the sky. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, bridge pose. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, hips lift, knees to the sky, maybe lifting an inch higher. Pressing into your heels, maybe so much that you lift your toes. Now lower your toes and lift your heels, pressing into the balls of your feet. Gently lower your heels, lower your hips, draw your knees into your chest. Option to tuck your chin in or keep your head, neck, and shoulders grounded. Maybe you find a gentle sway from side to side. Gently sway back through center, keeping your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Extend your left leg long. Now switch sides, left knee in, right leg long. Bend both knees back into your chest. Plant your right foot on the floor, reach your left foot to the sky. Cross your left ankle over the right, eagle legs. Cactus your arms, and then lower your knees off to the right. You can adjust your hips more to the left to align your spine. Your knees can hover, they can tap the floor or a block. Eagle legs, supine twist. Further over your left shoulder to get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Or keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. Back to center. Plant both feet on the floor, knees to the sky. Walk your heels in towards your hips. Reach your right foot to the sky. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, eagle legs. Allow your knees to fall over to the left. Maybe bumping your hips to the right to align your spine. Gazing up or over your right shoulder. And twist on the left side. To center. Plant both feet on the floor, knees to the sky. Extend your arms and legs long in opposite direction. Full body stretch. Create a tiny arch in your lower back. On your next exhale, release your arms by your side. Allow your heels to touch. Toes fall open as you allow the front of your hips to release. Thumbs out, palms up to the sky to receive. Yourself to melt into your mat as you relax every muscle in your body, including the space between your eyebrows, relaxing your jaw. Allow your shoulders fall away from your ears. Hips in towards the floor. Shavasana. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing awareness back into your breath. Tuck your knees into your chest, curling yourself into a tight ball, and gently coming up to a comfortable seat of your choice. Once you find your seat, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice each and every week. The light, love, and yogi in me honors, cherishes, and respects the light, love, and yogi in you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Namaste.